What's up, Kefnet? Welcome, welcome. Oh, hang on. I didn't pop out my YouTube chat. I can't see what YouTube's saying. Fortunately, they aren't saying anything yet. Let's see. Copy this, and then I gotta go into docs, and then I gotta go up here. Man, OBS needs to update this shit. And apply. Now I can see it. VulcanNet and Cranked. Good to see you too. How you doing? I hope your Wednesday is going good. It is hump day. Hell yeah. We don't love a little hump day. Eclipse Requiem. Hi. Yo, Beardy. What's up? Cranked, fat hot shot, cold. Yeah. Update notes look nice. Are you kidding me? Ooh, 9 million. Even if stove continues to be dumb. It's like asking water to not be wet. Think I'm gonna love the news. Hello, Cherry Parade. Welcome. Feeling pretty good today. Oop, forgot my Mola. And my Mystics. There's my Asaria. I just got my Asaria. Never have enough of these boxes. Okay. 500 armbands is a lot to ask. So these have got to be amazing. First, equipment score has got to be above 30 or I ain't even interested. So we'll just keep going. Here's a 31 and it's pen armor with low crit damage. We're moving on. 33 torrent attack crit damage. If it was attack and crit damage or health and crit damage, I'd be all over. But attack and health, nah. You know it's just going to split roll attack and health separately, and I don't need that in my life. This has got to be perfect. For me to spend this many armbands, it's got to be perfect. Protection set with no HP is stinky. Moving on. No. Oh, wait, there was a 33 there. It was, warfare set. But there is no speed. HP and attack's not bad. Okay, I mean, the only person who can really use this, I think, is going to be Dark Corvus, and you know it's just going to roll into crit damage. I'm moving on. I'm actually pretty good on my warfare sets right now. I don't need more warfare sets. I definitely don't need Riposte set that's got HP and attack together. Screw that noise. Man, what was Riposte and Reversal set not the biggest scam we ever had in this game? Those sets are terrible, except for like 3 units. Holy shit, 36. Holy smokes. It almost feels wrong to not buy it with such high starting gear score, doesn't it? But it could go so many different kinds of wrong. It's the crit chance is so weird on a speed set with HP and defense, no crit damage. Baseline bruiser piece. Bruisers don't use speed set. Literally, name me a bruiser that uses speed set that would want this gear. I'll wait. Bruisers want Destro, they want lifesteal, they want counter, they want triple set. They want the new sets. Bruisers don't wear speed set. And those that do wear speed set want some crit damage. ML Crow. I guess, you know, we could like penta-roll crit chance and make this an ML Crow. Oh, wait. Mort doesn't use... Mort uses Destro reversal. Rat. Urban Shadow. She wants crit damage more than defense. It's possible, right? I'm not getting it. I'm not getting it. I'm not getting it. It doesn't speak to me. It doesn't speak. It doesn't 500. This isn't a Galaxy Coins, guys. It's half of my damn armband supply. It's gotta really leap at me. No. Flat main boots. No. Shit set. No, thank you. Nah, to spend 500 armbands, guys, the value of 500 armbands is insane. It has got to be a piece that you just knocks your socks off. And so far, that one came close, but my socks are still on. Ew. Rage set. Nope. 12 kinds of nope. Yeah, I don't want to hear about it, Beardy. The first person that bitches to me about Guild Wars becomes the new guild leader. Okay, well, we're safe from that gear. $500 bands on a speed check. Exactly, Cherry. Exactly. On a speed check or a bruiser piece that can't be used on 99% of the bruisers. ML Hua or Celine, both. It's okay on Hua, but Celine, I don't think I want a Celine piece that doesn't have some crit damage on it. I don't know. Also, you're talking about also ML Hua. ML Hua you want on counter or Destro set. You don't ever put speed set on ML Hua. What are we talking about? Okay, guys, get your rewards done. I am not sure if these will be accessible after maintenance. I will get a whole second week, and I'm not sure if the first week will still be accessible. I hope they are, but since we can't click on these yet and see, it makes me think that once these are gone, they're gone. So make sure you fill those out. These currency, however, that should carry over. Let me see. I guess we get some of this, and there is literally nothing else. Oh, bookmarks. Yeah, sure. We need bookmarks. Anything else in here worth getting? No. I guess we can pick these up. And that's it. What's in these? Wait, what's in these? Ooh, gotcha boxes. Garbage. No, actually, no. Good. Everything in here is good. There's no garbage catalysts or nothing. Hell yeah. We're getting these. Can't stop winning. Here's an ick for me. What's an ick? Yeah. I hate it. That's awful. None of those stats work together. Yeah, it wants to be nothing, right? Why do I have to go live when I was in the middle of last week's Fire Force episode? It wasn't my week to watch you, Cyril. Whoever is in charge of you should have let me know ahead of time. Is the Covenant Summon thing a permanent feature? You mean the Do you mean the wish list thing? If so, yes, that's a permanent feature. Or do you mean the special green Chronicle bookmarks, in which case also, yes, that's a permanent feature. They never go away. And in 9 hours, you'll be able to add Aki to your wish list and Aki's artifact to your wish list if you didn't pull him. It's an ML Ken piece. Maybe we should... Since 2019, people have been calling bad gear ML Ken gear. It's crazy that that meme has persisted so long. Okay, guys. Let's go over the news. It's Wednesday, and Wednesday means we've got some news. Epic 7 has gone to this 3-week maintenance cycle so that we can have just, a couple of maintenance weeks, and then they can make the news drop on maintenance actually feel like an impactful news drop, something to be hyped and excited for. So I've got big expectations from you, Epic 7. I'm expecting this news drop to be pretty stacked and loaded. So let's see what's coming to Epic 7 this week. All right, custom group summon. It's here, guys. I've been telling you, save your bookmarks. Don't get baited. Don't get baited by Aki. Don't get baited by summoning for artifacts. A custom group summon is coming, and it's going to be here, and it looks like it is here because we have a custom group summon special pack sale. Notice everybody knows that the best part about Wednesdays is the packs. So let's see what we got for a pack. So a custom group summon pack, and I will get into what a custom group summon is and how it works in just a few minutes. But first, let's look at these packs. So PC exclusive pack means you can only buy this on the PC client, and it means this is usually pretty heckin' cheap because they want you to start buying off of the PC client. It's got 10 of the 4 to 5 star tickets and 10 to 4 to 5 star artifacts and 2 Molagora. That's pretty nice. It's going to be hard for them to price this cheap, because this is every bit of a $30 pack, but since it's on the PC client, I bet it'll be a little cheaper. Then we got something similar with a special supply chest, which randomly acquires bookmarks or leafs. Interesting. And then we got our $50 and $100 pack, of course. Your 100, if it's got unknown slates and bottle of knowledges in it, is always $100, and 150 powder. Custom group summons allow you to buy up to 3 limited artifacts from the powder shop. Suddenly, powder is very important. One of the ways I've been saving up for the custom group summon is making sure I have enough freaking powder. Hopefully, you guys have been saving up as well. And the optional or the optimal Tori equipment pack. So Tori is coming back, so's her equipment. It's got these trash mana stones in them that aren't worth a squirt of piss, but Smilegate overvalues. And since those are in there with the gear, probably a $30 to $50 pack. All right, guys, you can buy everything once except for, they are really doubling down. You can buy the $100 and $150 packs twice. So it's $300 worth of packs here if you want to go nuts. And the whales out there are going to go nuts, guys. All right. Custom group summon heading our way. As for any of those, none of those leapt out at me as being insanely high value packs. None of them were like, holy shit, this is good. Except potentially that first PC client one. If it's cheap, that could potentially be real good. But the other ones, they look like standard event packs. If you want to buy them, go for it. They're not bad. They're not great. They're just normal, decent value packs. Yeah, exactly, Minotauro. Nothing crazy. All right. Bonus Twin Librarian Bookmark Summon Payback Event. Whew, that was a mouthful. What is the Summon Payback Event? Okay, so consume 20 Covenant bookmarks to obtain 5 Twin Librarian bookmarks. Okay, so we get 5 of the Twin Librarians for every 20 we use. Hey, so solid. Thank you for the sub, man. I appreciate it. So, are we pushing top 100 in Holo Trials? I already got it. There's a video up there on how to do it. Okay, guys, so a little bit of a kickback when you spend Covenant bookmarks to get these. I'm assuming if you spend those green bookmarks, that you will not get a kickback on those. It's only going to be for actual raw covs you spend that you can get these kickback bookmarks. These things are usually temporary. They, unlike the Twin Librarian bookmarks, they usually have a cooldown timer on them. You got to use them in a certain amount of time. Unlike the Chronicle bookmarks, which are forever. But that's nice, especially at a time when everybody is doing some extra hard summons. Harls 2000, thank you for the sub, buddy. So 250 bookmarks equals a free 10 pull. Yeah, looks like it. Man, you are really low on bookmarks. I am really low on bookmarks, guys, but I have 19,000 Skystones. I'll be fine. I just got to refresh the secret shop, so I got some work to do on that. Okay, it's nice, right? They are really ramping it up, right? They want you to summon hard. They looked at the numbers and they said, we got to get some people to summon. So how are we going to get people to summon? Custom group summon packs, rebates on bookmarks. It's almost like they're trying to drain every single bookmark on your account. Surely that doesn't mean that we're not releasing a limited Lunar New Year unit in 2 weeks, right? Surely. Okay. Guild Wars Season 3 is closing, I think at the end of this week. So, get ready for your preseason to start. Oh no, it's closing on the 21st, so in a month. And then the preseason starts February 21st is when the preseason tournament's going to happen. So we get to watch the top 23. It'll be just like last time. We'll have voting events and fun things to do, and we'll be able to enjoy that. So good luck to all the people in the sweaty guilds competing in Guild War tournaments. Couldn't be me. When does RTA season end? March 7th? Yes. Just like Honkai Star Rail, easy to remember, March 7th. Now, it's not officially published yet. RTA season, sometimes they extend it a week, sometimes they end it a week early, but if it ends on schedule, it should end on March 7th. Smogate want my money? Why don't they start to create new cool skins for our waifus? Because nobody buys them. They've tried making skins. They don't sell. Everybody says, make skins, you'll make a ton of money. It costs the same amount of money in resources, time, and effort for them to make a new unit as it does for them to make a skin. And people buy units. They don't buy skins. Nobody ever buys skins. They got a whole skin shop with skin tickets. They constantly have to upgrade and change the skin ticket packs because nobody buys them. They made that Tama coin event, and it was egg on their face, and they said, fuck it. Everybody says they want skins, but they don't put their money where their mouth is, so we're just not going to make skins anymore. So that's why they don't make skins. And I can't blame them. Now, you could just say, oh, well, it's just the way they're making skins. Well, yeah. They have to hand draw the skins and overlay them over top of the existing models to make them overlap the 3D animation as well as the sprites, and it actually ropes them in. It makes it harder to make a skin to make a new unit. They don't have the constraints to make a new unit, or that they don't have the constraints making a skin that they do making a new unit. It's actually easier in a lot of ways to make a whole ass new unit, and people spend money on it. So yeah, skins have become kind of a special thing, or a prize for winning tournaments, or a thing that we all vote on, rather than just trying to monetize them, because they don't do it. Sounds like they need a new team to make skins. Here's the other thing: it takes 6 to 7 months to make a skin. 6 to 7 months. What happens to a unit 6 to 7 months down the road? One of the biggest complaints I hear is like, well, they only make skins for units that aren't meta anymore. I was like, they were meta when they started making the skin, and by the time the skin was done, the unit's not meta anymore. Is that their fault? It just takes that long to do it. Now, I mean, they could do shitty skins. They could just do like chromas and halo effects and stuff like that, and that would go over like a fart in church. The community would hate that. So yeah, it's not an easy answer. a lot of games that make skins and make profit off of them, they have much easier avenues to make skins than the way Smilegate does their art. One of the big things about Epic 7 is that the art team carries, and we have a very high standard of expectation from the art team. So they aren't going to just do half-ass slipshot skins, and if we aren't ready to pony up the big dollars for them, they aren't going to do it. And it was pretty clear after the Tama debacle and how good the skin shop's doing that we aren't ready to pony up for the skins, and that's fine. I think they need just to find other ways to monetize. And people that keep saying Epic 7 can make so much money if they start making skins just don't understand how it is that Epic 7 does their skins and how the unit engine works and what hand drawing all of this art is like. Anybody that says Epic 7 uses AI to generate their artwork, I think the fact that we aren't flooded with skins is the biggest indicator that they don't use AI to do their artwork. Because if they did, we would have freaking AI skins left and right, and they'd be monetized left and right. But the fact that it costs so damn much money draws a pretty big red arrow to the fact that they put a lot of effort into the skins, and they don't see a lot of return from it. Anyway, onward and upward. Maintenance tonight, guys. We will have a post-maintenance podcast tonight. We have very, very special guests on the podcast tonight. I'm pretty excited about it. We're going to be joined by Gimmick and Luca. That's right. We're getting the dream team back together. It's going to be a blast. So make sure you tune in for tonight's post-maintenance podcast with me. I'm _Sue, Luca, who is now a part of the creator team, and Gimmick, who is more of a CZN head than an E7 head, but it'll still be fun to have him in here. We'll talk about a little bit of CZN as well and get his opinion on things. But yeah, huge podcast tonight. Absolutely huge. All right. 129 content update. Let's go. Show me what you got. Show me what this new 3-week system is doing to our content. Blow my socks off, Smilegate. What have we got? Hello, heirs. This is GM Dominio. Let's take a look at what we have in store for you in this week's update. The update details provided in this notice are subject to change and may be different from the actual update. Players will be able to view these updates after the maintenance tonight. God's blood. Look at this thumbnail. Look at this thumbnail. Oh my god. Thumbnail guy is goated. Okay, let's take a look at the 1-minute survey.
As decreed by the World Tree, I bestow upon you the revelation of radiance.
Asaria coming soon, guys. She'll be out on the 3rd, so we got a week yet to wait. She's not next, but a week to wait. About frickin' time. Precious Connection now available. Tori is back, guys. Tori rerun side story. Last year's Lunar New Year unit. We're getting exclusive equipments for Charlotte and Fumir. Interesting. Looks like we're going to be getting Trial of Constellations, Tower Temptation, and oh god, Brawl Mode's back, guys. Custom Group Summon. Dude, Renok's in it. That's weird. A Bihu banner and a Yulha banner rolling our way, and Asaria on the 5th with Celestial Mercedes, I guess, for reasons. For all you people who thought you could imprint your Lady of the Scales Mercedes with Celestial Mercedes, rip. All right. We'll cover all that stuff. Renok is very unusual. They used to have a rule that to be in the custom group summon, that you have to have had at least 2 banners. Renok has only ever had 1 banner. So they have changed that system. So let's see who all is available in the custom group summon. And in a separate video, I'll go over my recommendations for who to pick from the custom group summon. So a great opportunity to choose and obtain limited and covenant heroes. So a custom group summon is a very special summon event where you can select any hero in the game prior to a certain date, any, limited or non-limited. The only heroes that are locked out are ones that were released after a certain date, and of course collaboration units. I know they're technically limiteds, but you know what? You can't profit off of somebody else's IP without an agreement, so unfortunately, collaboration heroes are eliminated from the custom group summon. But non-collab limiteds, those are totally in. The way it works is you will be faced with a targeted rate summon banner where you can select 3 limited heroes or non-limited. Literally any. You can pick up, Destina, Ice Crowl, and Bologna if you wanted them, right? But everybody goes for the limiteds. You can pick 3 limited units and create a special summon banner with those 3 units in it. So this is what it looks like, right? And you can go in and you can change the filter to just show artifacts if all you care about is artifacts instead of the units. You can select it based on artifacts, but they are mated, right? You can't take Renok's artifact and Frida. You can't take Frida's artifact and Laia. If you get one, you get the artifact that goes with it. So you pick 3 pairs, artifact and unit, right? And you lock them in, you create the banner. And once you hit confirm, bam, your banner is up and you got the 3 units. So here's where it works. Can we get the 3F artifact? No, you cannot get collaboration anythings. So you create the banner, and now when you summon, if you get a 5-star unit, it's guaranteed to be randomly one of these 3. You don't get to pick which one, it's just randomly one of these 3. And if you get an artifact, it's guaranteed to be one of these 3 artifacts or an off-banner artifact, because Smoggates are dick like that. Sorry, guys, off-banner artifacts are still a thing, even in the custom group summon, but it does have an increased chance for you to get the artifacts of your choice, as well as the units of your choice. But here's the thing, there is no pity. And people are like, what? No pity? Holy shit. Here's how it works, guys. Every time you summon, you get 1 Star Mirage coin. And so, like, if you do 50 summons, you'll get 50 Mirage coins. And by the time you do 100 summons, you can literally buy any of the artifacts that you've selected. And if you get 120 coins, you can buy any unit that you've selected. So what you're hoping for is you go all the way to pity. You go all the way to 120 summons. And on the way there, you get 1 or 2 of the units and artifacts that you want, and then you use the coins to buy the last one. The worst case scenario is you go all the way to pity and you don't get squat. Then you can use your 120 Mirage coins to buy the unit that you want. And right here it is, 120 coins to buy any of the selected heroes, 100 coins to buy any of the selected artifacts, and, leftovers are leftovers. This banner is extreme bait, but so is everything. Everything in this game is bait, right? If you are desperate for your Renok, this is how you get her. And it's guaranteed if you do 120 summons, even if you don't get anything, you can go and you can buy your Renok with your 120 coins. Okay? If you are willing to open up your wallet, you can literally get all 3 units and all 3 artifacts. If you do 360 summons, that's enough coins to get all of the units, and hopefully you've procced some artifacts on the way there. I mean, you can do it. Make sure you've saved up your currency. Do not touch this banner if you do not have 600 bookmarks. Okay, I'm serious. These coins do not carry over between custom group summons. You will not be able to be like, well, I only got 50 coins, I'll save it for next time. They go away at the end of this custom banner. Do not touch it. I can't stress it. I'm going to say it again. I'm going to say it loud. Do not touch this banner if you don't have 600 bookmarks or are willing to swipe. Because the worst thing in the world would be to do like 100 summons into this, and you just come up short and you don't swipe, you're free to play, and you can't get those last 20 summons to pick up a unit. Make sure you have enough that you can spend. You can do 120 summons to get the 120 coins to buy the unit you want. Or if you're just going for artifacts, then 100 to get the artifact you want. Okay? Very critically important. I can't stress it enough. That's why I said it like 9 times there. Also realize that Lunar New Year is February 17th, and every single Lunar New Year has had a limited unit. Not true. Fene wasn't limited, but every single Lunar New Year has had a unit. And this one, I don't think will be an exception. Tori was last year's. A lot of people are like, oh, Tori is a Valentine's Day unit. No, she wasn't. She was a Lunar New Year's unit. There's never really been a Valentine's Day unit, not for Epic 7, guys. I mean, the closest thing, I guess, would be like Lucy, the 3-star unit from the Epic 7 dating simulator thing they did for that one Valentine's-ish Day thing that one year. But it's always been focused around Lunar New Year. Year of the Snake, we got Fene. Year of the Rabbit, we got Tori. This is the Year of the Fire Horse. Somehow I think they're probably going to work Biblis into that, but I'm fully expecting. Alfene was in January? Weird. Anyway, Uma collab, sure. Anyway, I don't know. I feel it in my gut. Maybe even wait until you get close to the end of this banner and see what's coming up, right? Maybe, yeah, it's probably a Fire Biblis.
The Valentine's Day unit, but no one asked her.
Tori would have been the Valentine's Day unit, but no one asked her. That's savage, guys. Tori's story is actually really cute. I really like Tori's story. Me and Sue voiced it last time, and it was a blast. I'm looking forward to Tori again. Anyway, I recommend before you dive deep into this banner, maybe wait till towards the end of it, save up your bookmarks, and get future sight into what's coming. By the time this banner is getting ready to go away, we should see if there's going to be anything for Lunar New Year, and then you can make a decision on where to stuff your bookmarks. But hey, if you're like, nah, screw you, Tristen, Ranak is mine, I will have her, she's going to be on my account. It is time, finally getting Ahmed, and now I will be the Strays Cleaver. You do you, man. I ain't gonna tell you how to spend your stuff. I'm just saying, this is a very, very expensive banner. Expensive. That's why they got all these packs and they're encouraging you to spend. And I don't believe in coincidences. And encouraging you to spend your bookmarks and doing a custom group summon, and it's right on the eve of one of the most important holidays in Korea, in all of the Asian countries. Just buyer beware. Okay. So we'll go over a tier list on who I recommend you pull from this in a separate video. Let's move on. We've talked enough about the custom group summon and how it works. So the Tori side story is coming back. It's actually an adorable side story. It's worth reading. It's a lot of fun. But it's your typical side story thing. You get the currency you spend at the shop. You get the artifacts. The artifacts give you bonuses. You get the devil artifact for free. Do they show it down here? Here's the rabbits. Here's the devil artifact. It's actually a decent PvE artifact. It's not a bad one to have on your account. And you get the cool little Tori stickers for your profile card and a piece of equipment that surely will roll better than mine did. Okay, seasonal content update. So we are changing the seasonal content. Right now we have... Right now we have Hall of Trials, Trial of Constellation, and Expeditions. And we are replacing them with Trial of Constellations is sticking around for another round of 3 weeks. Brawl mode is coming back. You guys remember Brawl mode? Brawl mode is kind of Epic 7's auto battler. The first time they released it, it was the best thing ever. And everybody said, please, for the love of God, make this auto battler permanent content. And then Smilegate said bet, and then they released it and they turned it into a shitty roguelike and everybody hated it, and it was the worst thing we'd ever seen in Epic 7. Then they came out with season 2 of Brawl mode and they actually fixed a lot of the problems. It still doesn't hold a candle to the original auto battler, but it is much better now. It's worth doing. And the nice thing about Brawl mode is they usually have an ML5 imprint in there's one of the rewards, so it's worth doing. And Tower of Automation is making a return, but you guys notice there's no Hall of Trials in here, so Hall of Trials is going away. So go get your Hall of Trials done. And Expeditions are going away too. Interesting. But hey, you know what? Brawl mode, I'm glad. This is actual repeatable, grindable content that takes some time. Actual good stuff to have in the game. So that's going to be your 3-week rotation. It looks like Asaria is going to be... Oh, you know what? That's what they're doing. Brawl mode is going to have an ML Asaria imprint in it. So if you plan on going for ML Asaria, you might want to engage with Brawl mode to get your imprint. Nothing in this shop is worth buying. First of all, these are skins. These are not the unit. Do not think you can spend 1,600 Skystones, get the unit. You can spend 1,600 Skystones and get the skin. I think this is a very expensive way to buy skins, but if you really like the skins, you can do this. Also, for a metric F-ton of Skystones, you can get a 4-star Moonlight ticket, not 4 to 5. It will just be a 4-star ticket or a 5-star hero ticket. And these are limited pool, limited to the units that are actively engaged in Brawl mode. There'll be a list. It's up to you. I think this is a terribly overpriced expense. I would avoid everything in this shop. All right, exclusive equipment. So Charlotte and Foulbeard are getting EEs. Okay. I mean, I think the skins are worth getting. If you like the skins, get them. They're cosmetic. If you want to spend, I mean, they're not worth getting from a gameplay standpoint. They do absolutely nothing for you for gameplay. But if they improve your enjoyment of the game, then they're 100% worth the expense. That's the whole point. That's why cosmetics sells, because people like them. And we play this game because we enjoy it. And if doing something in this game brings you enjoyment, then do it. 2 exclusive equipments added. So Foulbeard and Charlotte. Let's see. What have we got? So Charlotte first, who hits you with fish. I love it. So she's getting a speed EE. Nice. And her first one increases caught a big one's chance to decrease defense by 5%. So that's her S1 and nobody cares. Caught a big one's increases combat range by an extra 5% when it's activated on a dual attack. Okay, that's kind of nice. That combined with the speed will cycle her quickly. And adult response at the start of the first battle grants increased attack cast for 2 turns. Okay, so that's the one you get, right? She is an attack scaling knight, so boosting her attack's good. I'm leaning towards it being the third one if you use her for damage. If you're using her with 3F for pop damage to mess with people, then the increased attack's not that big of a deal. You're relying on the pop damage. In that case, I think you go with probably the CR boosting one, or maybe even the defense break one. But yeah, I don't think any of these are going to change your usability, guys. The speed is nice. The people who are already using Charlotte are getting a nice little buff to Charlotte. The people who aren't using Charlotte are going to continue to not use Charlotte. I'm not seeing anything super exciting here, guys. Foulbeard. So Foulbeard's getting a shit ton more effectiveness, which is nasty. She's already got a ton of effectiveness. Yeah, I run her on the Green Senya artifact, but I think it's her best in slot for damage, but nobody uses her. Okay, Foulbeard. So Foulbeard gets increases combat radius by an additional 5% when using substrat. Is that a word? Experimentation. Okay. That's fine. I'm not that excited about it. 5%'s nice, but not a big deal. Elemental Inquiry increases Fruit of Knowledge chance to defense break by 15%. There we go. That one's really nice. That takes her up to 100%. Yes, it is. God damn, it's a word. Today I learned. Okay, this gets her defense break up to 100%, and that's pretty freaking pog. Sensory Dissection, unaffected by elemental disadvantage when using Sensory Dissection. So this is her S3 attack. And it basically gives her Sid's S3, right? Sid's version of S3, where she doesn't get elemental advantage versus everybody, but she doesn't have any elemental weakness. So she's not going to miss going into opposite element anymore. I bet you everyone's going to say this is the one to get, and everybody's wrong. It's this one. 100% defense break. 100% of the time. Hey, Wolf and Roses, thank you for the sub, buddy. I appreciate the 19 months. Thank you so much. So here's the thing, right? 100% defense break works 100% of the time. This only works when you're going into opposite elements. And how often do you go into green elements in RTA? Yeah, it's not ignore ER defense. It's not MLTU level good. It's S2? No. Sensory Dissection, that's her S3. Yeah, that's her S3, guys. So all this means is... Oh, the S2EE. I mean, it takes this from 85% to 100%, which is, it's a non-attack skill, so you don't have to worry about element on this. It always does it. Yeah, all the S3 is for killing free rins, and I don't think you just pick Foulbeard to kill free rins. Because here's the thing, right? 50% of the time you hit Earth anyway. Of the 5 elements that are out there, only one of them does this matter against. And only one of those, it only matters against that half of the time. I just think if you're fighting Freerin, there are better ways to do it than Foulbeard. I think that this is a nothing. Everyone's gonna be like, oh yes, I can finally use Freerin into all of the green elemental units that I fight. You still can use Freerin into him. She still puts everybody to sleep and all that jazz, but I mean, I don't know. I'm just not seeing it. Maybe some Foulbeard chefs will cook out there, but I just think it's not I don't think the sensory dissection one is worth. I think the number 2 is the best one, and the defense break on a non-attack, an AoE defense break on a non-attack skill that also puts to sleep is too damn good. But yeah. A 50% lose con is not good for RTA. For the times when you're going to go, ooh, they picked Freerin. I guess I will use Foulbeard for reasons and hope that Freerin doesn't go first and just murder my Foulbeard before she gets a chance to use her S3 to get a chance at killing Freerin because suddenly I'm not baited. It is such a niche case for a niche that doesn't even exist. I don't know. How many people out there are like, I can't even play Foulbeard because of Freerin? I don't know, man. I don't know. Maybe. I'm not a Foulbeard player. If you're a Foulbeard player and you think I'm off my rocker here and you think that the number 3 EE is the best in slot for her, tell me why. Tell me how you plan on using her. Drop it in the comment section. I would love to hear it. Me personally, I think it's Elemental Inquiry. I think the defense break is the strongest debuff in the game, and taking that up to 100% chance on a unit that's got as much of effectiveness as Foulbeard has, and then having units that are asleep and defense broken, and suddenly you can just rip them to shreds with literally anything in the game because you can't evade when you're asleep. I think number 2 is just too good. I think there are an order of magnitude more use cases for number 2 as opposed to the one niche Freerin case for the use of the S3, but you guys do what you want to do. Bottom line is, I don't think either of these EEs are going to catapult these units into meta. I think people who are already playing Foulbeard are going to be happy that now they can play their Foulbeard more effectively, and people that are already playing Summer Break Charlotte are going to be happy they can play their Summer Break Charlotte more effectively, and the other 99% of the players who aren't playing either of these units are going to continue to not play either of these units. I can't wait to be proven wrong on that. I am a no frame, no opinion PvE Andy, so we'll see how it cooks down, but I think the EEs are kind of much ado about nothing this time around, guys. Sorry. Powder Shop rotation. We have got Manica of Control, Touch Me Rekos, Time Matter, and Spatio-Temporal Fan. And nobody cares. These are not worth your powder. Do not buy. Save your powder for custom group summon. Before we get into the coin shop rotation, I'm going to slide back to that custom group summon thing and let you guys know one other tip that I didn't mention before. So here's a fun fact. Even if you don't plan to go for this, let's say you have all the limited units and you don't care to go for any of these units. You just want to do you just want some of the artifacts, but you also want to save for the potential of a limited unit down the road. And like me, maybe you saved up a pile of powder and you'd be ready to build it. Buy it. You notice how Aki's artifact is showing in the powder shop because Aki's banner is currently up. You notice how Indestructible Gators is showing in the powder shop because Hua Young's banner is currently up. Fun fact, you set all 3 of these units, you have to do a summon to lock it in and actually make it a real banner, because until you've done that first summon, you can change your mind. You can swap it around. You can change stuff around. But if you do a summon, and I don't mean a 10 summon, I mean spend 5 bookmarks. You do that and you lock in the units, you lock in their artifacts, and then all of a sudden, all 3 of those artifacts show in the powder shop for 240 powder a pop. And you can literally buy all 3 of the artifacts and then disengage from the custom group summon entirely. So for those of you who are like, yeah, you know what, I don't want to do the custom group summon. I'm free to play. I'm saving for new limited units. Screw old limited units. I don't need them. Whatever. I got them. Whatever your situation is, it is still worth loading it up with 3 artifacts you really want, doing a single summon, and then powder shopping the artifacts you need. Even if they're not limited, even if this is your way to finish off your holy sack, or this is your way to finish off your renewed will. It's a good idea. You can actually look at your wish list, summon wish list area, and use your artifacts as like a shopping list of artifacts to select for the custom group summon, and bang, 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 get 3 of them from the powder shop if you have the powder. Alrighty. What else do we have? Oh, you know what? What was the range on this? We know Ranok is in there. Okay, you can summon Ranok, which is crazy. I'm assuming she is the latest one, right? Does it say in here somewhere? Oh, it says up here, right? This summon includes Covenant Limited Heroes released up to June 30th. June 30th. You know what's so bad about June 30th, guys? Here, check it out. Cecilia bot timeline, right? So let's go back to June 30th. What happened right after June 30th? So June 30th. July 2nd, Hua Young came out. Summer Hua and Aram came out like the week after June 30th. So yeah, it's no coincidence they drew the line at June 30th. I guess they wanted to include Robin for the 5 people in there who are actually going to try to get Robin from it. But yeah, Ranok is in, but no Aram, no Summer Hua, no, what's her name? Flag Bearer Sigrid, no Hecate. None of the limited units after that. Brawl mode. Okay, coin shop. So the coin shop rotation this time around, Payra, you'll and Robin's in the coin shop, so you don't even have to use the custom group summon. You can coin shop her if you got the coins. Nobody ever cares about this, right? Galaxy Coin Shop has got Tenebria, who's garbage, Tywin, who's garbage, and Bellion, who is really, really good. So those of you who didn't headhunt your Bellion or were trying to choose between getting Bellion and somebody else, there you go. You can go ahead and pick up your Bellion and then headhunt the other unit. So it's not a great coin shop rotation, but I'm kind of okay with this, right? I think it would have been a good time to put somebody in here other than Bellion. Somebody in here who's garbage, right? Because you don't want people to be like, oh my God, I just locked in my XYZ unit and now they're in the coin shop. Mer, I feel bad for not waiting. So nobody headhunted Tywin. Nobody headhunted Tenebria. Some people might have headhunted Bellion, but it is what it is. All right, so yeah. Good time to pick up your Bellion. She is worth 40 Galaxy coins if you do not have her. Even if you don't have the 3F artifact, she is worth picking up. Other improvements and adjustments. Okay, this is where they hide stuff. So let's take a quick peek at this. So after the 129 distribution method for daily login rewards will be changed. Okay, so that's fine. They're not changing what's the rewards being distributed. They're just changing the ways that they're going to be distributed. I'm sure it'll still confuse the hell out of us. Lucky Week Dash Pack sale period. Okay, so they're doing the Lucky Dash Pack. This is where you get to do 10 summons, and the 9th summon is a guaranteed artifact, and the 10th summon is a guaranteed 5-star, and it doesn't include any MLs, collabs, or limiteds. It's a nice new player pack. A little bit of a dopamine hit. The UI UX tags will be improvement. Full voice episode. You'll be okay. Great. The 5-star artifact Precious Connection will be added as a reward for Genesis Ross's missions. About freaking time. Oh my god, this is huge. Every single creator has been pushing for this, guy. So send thanks to your favorite creators, because we have been hammering them for this, and they have finally done it. They've changed this from being a 7th anniversary artifact to being a Ross artifact like it should be. So people who came in after the anniversary can get the best in slot artifact for Genesis Ross. Can we get dupes? Can we get dupes? If you've already completed all the missions, it will be sent to your mailbox automatically. If you previously obtained this artifact, you cannot obtain it again. So nobody gets dupes. Everybody just gets the one. And it's going to be part of completing the Ross missions, as it always should have been. Very good, Smilegate. Very good. Big W. Thank you, thank you. Rewards for Guild Wars that could not be held due to temporary Guild War suspension will be distributed. So we're finally going to be getting the missing guild crests. I hope we get the missing mystics too, from not being able to do Guild Wars. Conquest points and Arena League rewards that were obtained abnormally due to the glitch that was our fault and that we didn't shut down Arena 4 until it was too late will be retrieved. Ken Jaden, thank you for the sub. Thank you so much, man. I appreciate you. Okay, so for those of you who pushed and got your like first time legend, first time emperor rewards, those league rewards, those skystones are going to be clawed back. Expect to see them removed from your account, and any conquest points that you earned as well are going to be clawed back off of your account. Yes, retrieved. They're saying it was stolen valor. You didn't technically earn it. You abused a glitch to get there. So we're just going to go in and manually strip this off of your account. Players who achieved highest Arena League achievements after the error was fixed is lower than the league obtained during the error period. Players meeting this condition will be excluded. Okay, so like if you, let's say you hit Legend 1 for the first time during the glitch, they're going to claw that back. If you hit Legend 1, Legend 2, but then hit Legend 1 after the glitch had been patched, then they're not going to claw it back because you chained that one legitimately. So this isn't going to screw people over who got Legend before today. So only going to screw people over, and screw people over is a objective term, because some people like, hey, you know what, I had to bust my ass to get that rank. Why should they get it for free? They got their Skystones refunded for pushing. They got their flags refunded for pushing. They should have the Skystones taken away. It really is just a reset. I know it's going to really kick some sand in people's shorts, especially people who are going into the negative on conquest points or the negative on Skystones. But it's the way these things get handled. It was unintended game mechanics, and they're putting it back to right. I think a nice customer satisfaction thing would have been just to let people have it, but it is what it is. Okay, so recommended content tags, that's fine. Issue or certain graphic displays abnormal fix, fixing the user interface and text errors. The additional damage of Urban Shadow Shoe will apply to monsters. Okay, so her pop damage will apply to monsters now, but injuries, you can't injure monsters. The spacing and the tooltip for Caught a Big One for Sunbreak Shards will be improved. Okay, this is the giant freaking paragraph of text. They're making it easier to read. No functional changes. King's Rage effect and Trial Constellation Sana Magnar was not functioning properly. Will be fixed. I'll have to read what that skill does to see if that changes anything. An issue or otherworldly breach where the cannot revive text was displayed even though the effect didn't occur. Okay, again, just a graphical change. An issue where duplicate substats could be selected in the manage equipment menu will be fixed. Okay, great. An issue where view team heroes first. Oh my god, this one, holy shit. An issue where team heroes first view setting was being saved in the hero menu will be fixed. This one was so annoying. Where it was being saved, as if you selected it in the first place. It wasn't just being saved, it was being automatically selected and then saved. Oh man, this is one of the more annoying bugs ever. It freaked me out in RTA when I'm like, where are my freaking You know, why am I seeing Luna at the top of my list? Because she was on a freaking team somewhere. So good that this is being fixed. So annoying. Now if they'll fix the compact issue, right? Issue or Japanese voice lines, LG for Dying Flame, an issue or recent sort options do not work correctly for pets, yay. An issue returning Orbis Guide Secret Shop but incorrectly take players to the lobby, fine. Fix the mapping, that's good. Rookie Arena players advanced to Hall of Fame or later placed in a regular arena did not receive the Hall of Fame card stamp. Okay, that's great. Players who previously entered Rookie, that's fine. An issue where some guild and castles could be fully destroyed after a single... An issue where in some guilds a castle could be fully destroyed after a single successful normal attack. Oh my god. I wasn't in one of these guilds, but that's kind of crazy. I'm glad they're fixing that before their Guild War tournament. One-shotting people's castles. I like that they are fixing this Team Heroes First thing. I don't see anything in here about them fixing the issue where it just randomly, and let's see if it did it today with my fresh login. Okay, it didn't. But I bet if I log in on my phone, it's going to freaking show it in compact mode. Even sometimes when this isn't lit up. You would have to turn it on, then off again to get it out of compact mode. And I don't know anybody that likes the compact mode. I'm sure people are out there, but most people hate it. And the fact that they are forcing it on us is such BS, and that they haven't fixed it yet. So hopefully they fix that, because it has got to be one of the most annoying bugs ever. And you can get leafs and stuff. And that's it, guys. That is it. So what do we got? We got Brawl Mode coming back. That's nice. The Tory event's coming back. Custom Group Summon. That's going to be fun. There'll be some stuff to do. Some fixes, some improvements. Yeah, it's a pretty fat balance patch. Not a ton of content, although Brawl Mode... because this week's rotation, let's be real, guys. This week's 3-week rotation is awful. Content nobody really likes to do, content that's one and done, and content that everybody just uses sweeps on. It really made it feel like there was just no reason to play Epic 7 right now, because it was just one and done content, one and done that I didn't like content, and then things I just push the sweeps button and it's over. So it's nice that we are getting actual content in the form of a custom group summon that we're all going to yap about for weeks, and that we're getting Brawl Mode, which is grindable content that's engaging, something to do every day, that the Tory event is coming back, which had a really good story, and that Tower of Automation is back. So yeah, you know what? 6 out of 10, maybe 7 out of 10. It's a good, solid patch. I'm satisfied. I was really hoping for a little bit more with the way they phrased the whole, we're going to a 3-week rotation to have even more stuff to make it really feel impactful for the game. I don't feel like anything here is impactful for the game, but it does feel like it is, going to change the game a little bit. The 3-week rotation does feel impactful at very least. So that's it, guys. That is our news update for this week. If you have any questions, ask them in the comment section. Let me know what you think about those EEs, especially Fumirs. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you in tonight's podcast. Take care, Epic 7. In 3 weeks is the big one. In 3 weeks is a version change. So yeah, 3 weeks was the version change. We'll get the Orbis Gladiatorium. We'll get new story. We'll get stuff, all kinds of big stuff's going to change around then. Probably Lunar New Year, holiday events, or excitement events, all kinds of... Next 3 weeks from now is going to be friggin' the Wild West in Epic 7. Check the comments. I'm sure the comments are supportive. What comments have to say. Man, this is a pretty good patch. I wonder what the comments have to say. Thank you for that. What a terrible ML rotation. Bellion's freaking hot. What are you talking about? Bellion's insane. Who would say this is a terrible ML rotation? What kind of base take is that? It's got one of the top ends. Where do you find the podcast? It'll be right here. It'll be on YouTube and Twitch tonight at Maintenance. At this point, just sell MLs at 40 coins. People lose 4 times just to get coins. They cannot join the meta because of this shit system. Or just sell them for 80. Oh, wait, they do that. I don't know, man. I don't get the hate at the ML system. I think maybe they should have 4 instead of 3 in there, but isn't it just pull 2 and buy 1 with coin? You've got to pull 4 to get 40 coins. It's 10 coins per pull. Why are we only doing 2 exclusive equipments at a time, especially when they're so tepid and unenthusiastic? This game remains boring at this rate. I'm fine with 2 at a time, but he is right that these are tepid and unenthusiastic EEs. Not fixing a broken hero wheel box thing. So annoying. Plus everyone is going to fix the quick battle button. I don't quick battle, but it's always the choice. I have to change it. It should remember, or it should make quick battle a selectable thing. It shouldn't default to quick battle. I'm in agreement with that. The fix the wheel thing. He's got to mean the starting in compact mode. Holo Trials weekly? No, thanks. I'm fine with it being every 3 weeks. Holo Trials sucks. I do think they need to up the rewards for Holo Trials, though. 1, I didn't see if you're going to fix the annoying. Yep. 2, when are you going to stop the pathetic, annoying, please buy stuff pop-ups? Never, because they work. Are you kidding me? You think Raid Shadow Legends doesn't spam you with pop-ups to buy packs because they don't work? That's like saying, when are they going to stop doing commercials during the Super Bowl? They're so annoying. That's a crazy take. I'll tell you what, they'll stop doing it when you and everybody else stops buying because of them. Quit putting stupid stuff in the Shadow Company, things that not everyone can complete if they don't have specific tunes. Fair. Actually glad I didn't notice any of the UIBS. Okay, it's fine. No way Smage is planning to reuse last year's Valentine's event, not put out any new content. It was last year's Lunar New Year event, and the new content will come with Lunar New Year. Don't be crazy. Why is there only one ML 5-star skin in the Brawl shop right now and not 2? Because the skins that are in the Brawl shop are related to the ML 5s that are used in Brawl typically, and they do not have skinned ML 5s in the shop. That would be my guess. Plus, who's spending 60? I don't know. The Skystone expense on this seems crazy. Can we stop making boring EEs, please? Yeah, you know what? Based. Your entire PvP comp is centered around 3 units. You need to rework and rebalance several units. Who cares about Celestial Mercedes? Is that a Lots joke? Yeah, I mean, the Celestial Mercedes is kind of weird to have her on banner. What about the compact? Yes, fair. I'm guessing the full voice supported Epic 7 will be Japanese. Yeah, probably. They've been skimping on the English voices. Agreed. I don't know. I mean, the comments don't seem bad, guys. The comments mostly seem like, why are we bothering wasting development time making shit EEs? And will you please fix the stupid compact mode? Please buff Light Asari. Her design is cool. Her kit is not. This guy is a fucking moron. Right here. This comment is going to age like milk. Come, hit me up in 4 weeks and tell me this guy doesn't look like the biggest moron ever. Asaria is going to be horrific to fight against. Her kid is insane. What a goober. Oh my god. Yes, exactly. Clown behavior. Clown behavior. This is, I don't even have a frame and I know this is clown behavior. I put more value on DN, but I think Asaria is broken as hell and is going to be miserable to fight against. She is a ticking time bomb who, if you don't ban her, you will just lose. Wow. Why in the world is the ML shop so terrible? Probably so that people who got things from Headhunt don't feel ripped off. I mean, I can't blame them. And it's got Bellion in it. At this point, just sell all the ML coins. I mean, I'm fine with the coin shop. Yeah, what a terrible rotation. Bellion. Dude, did you not see Bellion is in there? Everyone's got Bellion, except for all the people that don't have Bellion. What a... Oh my god. Can't please everybody, right? Wild. Yes, let's buff. The Let's Buff Asaria crowd is the same crowd that said DN doesn't do any damage. Let's buff DN. ML Hua Young is terrible. We need to buff ML Hua Young. Those comments just age like milk, guys. I think she outpaces Mort Tentacles, and you also will have to pick Mort on 4 or 5 to counter DN or to counter Asaria, who's picked on 4 or 5, and that means your Mort can just be banned. And then what do you do? She's not as easy to counter as people think. You have to see her coming. And that means if somebody drafts her, you better be okay with fighting the 4 units above her, because she's a must ban. All right, guys, let's talk a little bit about this custom group summon, who you should pick, what units are available. So, like I said in the news video, the custom group summon, you get to select 3 heroes and artifacts. They have to be units that are Renak and prior, right? Which means you can't pick up your summer units. No summer Hua Young, no summer Aram, and also no Hecate or Flagbearer Sigurd. But every other limited unit in the game is available, as well as every other RGB unit in the game. You cannot pick up collaboration units or collaboration artifacts, and you cannot pick up special limited artifacts that are bound to no units. Like the Moas is not bound to a unit, so you can't pick that up. The artifacts got to be bound to a unit. And when you do a summon, you get a coin. And you can take these coins to a coin shop. There is no pity. When you summon, you get one of the 3 units that you summoned, or you get one of the 3 artifacts, or an off-banner artifact, from your list. That's what's in the pool, but there is no pity. The pity is in the sense that you get 1 coin per 5 bookmarks per summon spent, and at 120 summons, 600 bookmarks, you'll have 120 coins, and with that 120 coins, you can buy the hero of your choice, or with 100 coins, you can buy the artifact of your choice. That means you should not touch this banner unless you have 600 bookmarks minimum. You do not want to get halfway through this banner, you don't get any of the units you want, and then you've only got like 50 coins, and you're like, I guess I'll buy a couple of charms. Feels bad. Don't touch this unless you've got enough bookmarks to see it to completion. Otherwise, save. Save for the limited unit that's most likely coming for Lunar New Year. Most likely the limited Biblis is going to be your Lunar New Year unit next week, so be very careful. But if you do have the bookmarks and you want to go crazy on this, let's talk about how you summon on this. What? No pity? Yeah, the pity is in the sense that you get the coins and then you can go and buy the unit that you want. So if you do decide to go in on this, let's talk about what units you should go for. So let's talk about the artifacts first. Limited unit tier list, right? So let's shrink this down so you guys can see it. Here we go. So these are the limited units. Now, first, not available units are going to be these 3. Wait, I'm missing one. Where's Aram? Aram. There you are. Okay, so these units are not available to summon from the custom group summon. You cannot select these units. Is Lionheart Surmi available? No, it is only RGB units. So red, green, and blue units, and only limiteds. So I broke this tier list down to kind of 3 tiers, right? These are units that are good. This is your S tier, and these are units that are mid to bad. This is your A, B, C, D tier, right? I'm trying to keep it simple. Units you should go for, units you can probably skip on. And then I'm going to do the niche tech units, okay? Niche tech units are units who normally are in the A, B, C tier, but in certain specific situations, they could be S tier. But you got to build around those certain specific situations. Maybe they require friends or other units to go with them. So that's kind of how this works. So first, I know everybody loves Lethe, but she's kind of bad. About the only place Lethe's used anymore is as a Soulburn opener for DN, because she's one of the fastest Soulburn openers that's not named Celine. Summer Break Charlotte, I know she just got an EE. Some people use her. She's not that good. She's an A to B tier unit at best, even with her EE. I don't think it's going to change her use that much. If you want to get her, grab her. Seaside Bologna, a nice clapback knight, more use in PvE than in PvP, but some people have made some headway with her on the Pursuit set with Rangar's Drink. I just don't think she's worth your summoning on this, guys. Fairy Tale Tenebria, as cool as she is, she's not very good. You know, you can run her as an opener. She can be used in some tournament standings, but there are usually just better options than Tenebria. Biblis is not good at all. There's only one reason that you put Biblis on your list, and that's that you feel it in your soul that the new limited Biblis is coming right around the corner, and you want to pick up some imprints for here. So if you want to wail for some Biblis imprints, now's your chance. Cerise has no real purpose in the game. She's one of the original openers, and now just everybody's faster. She can make your light expeditions a little bit better, but there are ways around it, so I would not recommend Cerise to many people. Luna, as beautiful as Luna is, probably the worst limited in the game right now, bar none. Sad but true. Let's talk about the niche units. If you are a cleaver or an opener, or are going into a Bellion with a Luna cleave, you've got a Soulburn to push. There are certain situations, certain niche and tech situations, mostly centered around cleave, where Frida is insane. But she's playstyle dependent, and that's why I'm putting her in niche. There's certain situations where she's good, and everything else she's kind of mid. Galililius is a wonderful tank buster, and if you build her stupid fast, she can blow things up. I think she is very underrated and very strong after her adjustments. I think people are sleeping on her, and she is really worth the pickup. But again, she's niche. She's used into specific tech picks, into specific styles of cleave. She's not just a slammer on one and run people over unit. DN, less of a niche tech pick and more just not that used anymore. She's still really good, but if you need some anti-pen, some anti-crit, she can be used in those situations. She's a counter pick unit. Summertime Assaria is really only used if you're doing the old style Ran cleave, has some Guild War applications, and with the new warfare rules, she can be broken as hell if you get the warfare rule for weakness that is going to make her bomb detonate on her S1. Just basically lets you just Soulburn S1 and execute the entire enemy team one unit at a time. It's kind of disgusting. Green Landy. Everybody tells me how good Landy is, and then I never see it. All I see is Landy die. I've seen her work in some lunatic and round modes, but on ladder, she's a tough sell. She's a tough sell. She's a solid unit. There's just other options that are better. Holiday Euphine, her niche is anti-cleave. Somebody brings an AoE anti-cleave against you. She's really good into that. With her CR pushing and cleansing, she's very good. Same with Ocean Breeze Lulika. If somebody tries to use Ahmed against you, she is a great counter pick, but there are very few situations where I would pick her over Moon Bunny Dominial, but she is very good for CR pushing. And Blooming Litica, as long as Assaria or Anti-Pen's not involved, or Harsetti's not involved, well, I mean, you can use her into Harsetti for the pushback. You lose the damage, but she has a way to let you get your entire team ahead of Harsetti if you pair her with, like, Zeo. Some niche uses there, but pound for pound, not the greatest unit. And Tori. Everybody's going to tell me how good Tori is, especially now that her banner's back up, how good of a nuker she is. She was. In her day, she was unstoppable. They're just better options now. And pop damage is a bigger problem with Pursuit set, making her more vulnerable than she used to be in the past. So let's talk about the tier everyone cares about, the good tier. By far and away, the most important unit is Renak. Now, I know Moon Bunny Dominial has stolen a lot of Renak's thunder, but Renak is still probably the best unit in the tier list, and the one that everybody is excited about. Excited to see on the tier list. Now's your chance to get the fastest thief in the game. Well, tied for fastest. And then there's Ahmed. You want to cleave? I know, but a lot of people are like, well, isn't this just niche since she's only used for cleave? it's not that she's only used for cleave, it's that she is so instrumentally important to cleave and aggro style. And depending on where you pick her on a draft, she can ruin your enemy or ruin your enemy's day. So I think Ahmed definitely belongs in the good tier because she's just so strong. She's not niche use by cleave, she is primary use by cleave, and even aggro, and sometimes standard finds uses for her. Anybody that's fought a Festive Vita lately knows how devastating they can be, blowing the enemy up with the pop damage, especially now with the Pursuit set. She is absolutely wild powerful. There's never a world where Afternoon Soak Flan isn't going to be insanely good. Her damage output's great. Every time people come out with like anti ways to deal with Flan, she still just kind of rolls with the punches and rises back up and is useful. Senya, Harsetti is still a problem, and Senya is still a gorgeous solution. I think she would have dropped down to here if not for the Pursuit set and not for pairing her now with Hecate. Now she's got even more uses and is even more devastating. And God forbid you put Senya on a Pursuit set, she can blow some things up. And Laia definitely would have been moved down to here, but the new Warfare set has suddenly brought Laia back into the limelight, and she can throw the guitar right out of the gate and absolutely destroy people. So there you go, guys. This is my tier list for the units, who you should pick from the unit pool, and if you disagree with it, go make your own damn tier list. This is my recommendation to you guys. Now remember, it's not just limited units. You can also put regular RGBs on there. If you don't have Janua, if you really wanted your Destina, if it's time for you to get your Asaria, you can totally put them on there. But at that point in time, I think if you're using a custom group summon to get a regular RGB unit, you probably would be better off just using the story summons, getting them from regular banners, or waiting for selector tickets to roll in around anniversaries. But you do you. Maybe you're pulling for imprints. That's your call. I'm not going to bother making a tier list on every single RGB in the game. These are the limited heroes that you can get, and that's my recommendation to you guys. But it's not just units. When you select the units, you also get artifacts. So let's take a minute to go over the artifact tier list as well. Can I make this fit on the screen? I'll fix it later. Okay, so let's go over the artifacts that you can pick. Now remember, you can't select artifacts and units separately. If you decide you want to go for Renok, you will automatically be choosing Renok's artifact. If you decide to go for Guiding Light as an artifact, you will automatically be taking Cerise with you. It's not mix and match like your wish list. You have to pick unit artifact pairings, and you can only pick 3 pairings. So let's go over first the ones you can't get. You cannot get Summer Hua Young, Hecate, Aram's artifacts. These are the where's the other one? Oh, and Flagbearer Sigurd's artifacts. These are the units that came out after the window, so you can't select any of these. You also cannot get the special one-time artifacts that are not paired with anybody, like Mother of All Scams, Cure All Magic Wand, Strike of Aspiration, or Master of Nightmare. These are not connected to any unit, so there is no way to select them because the artifacts have to be connected to units. So same format. These artifacts are just kind of mid or not bad as your A, B, C tier list. These artifacts are S tier and are very, very good. And these artifacts are niche or tech. And by niche or tech, I mean you're only using these artifacts in certain situations, or these artifacts are best in slot for maybe just 1 or 2 units. And if you have those units, you want the artifact. But if you don't have those units, the artifact probably doesn't matter. So let's start out with Unfading Memories, a really good healing artifact, definitely A tier, but there are plenty of other Soul Weaver artifacts that you can replace Unfading Memories with. Draco Plate is actually really good. Having basically Proof of Valor combined with damage for warriors is really, really good, increasing your crit damage. It does allow you to increase your crit damage above cap and overcap your crit damage above 350. The biggest issue with Draco Plate is there are so many many good warrior artifacts out there. It is hard to pick this one over your other options, which is also the same story with Prayer of Solitude. About the only unit that uses Prayer of Solitude is going to be ML Aria, and she has other artifacts that are every bit as good, if not better. In fact, I think Krau's artifact is probably her best in slot, but some people like this on Dark Corvus, some people like this on ML Aria, some people like this on Lethe to boost the healing. Tori's artifact, Feed of Criticism. It's okay on Tori, but she probably has better uses. It's okay on... some people will put this on their Spirit Eye Selines when they don't have the ability to put immunity set on Selene, so she can start with a buff so that she can Soulburn her S1 right out of the gate. It's got some uses. It's just not that great. Old Gardening Shears is Biblis's artifact, and it's by far and away best in slot on Biblis. But that's it. And normally I'm putting its best in slot on one unit artifacts up here, but I don't want to give the impression that it's an important artifact, because Biblis is not an important unit. And if you're pulling for Biblis, you're pulling Biblis for her imprints, not for using her. So I'm leaving it down here as mid and bad, because the only unit that uses it is mid and bad. Mature Sunglasses, the favorite artifact of the Great Mortellix for people who have run out of Holy Sacrifices. It's basically Draco Plate, but for knights. And most knights are not damage dealing knights, so it has even less uses than Draco Plate has for warriors. They're just better knight artifacts, guys. And Champion's Trophy. Champion's Trophy is a fun way to add some stuns to your unit, to your warriors. Ain't nobody using this artifact, right? I mean, you could put it on you could maybe put it on your Summer Eufiend to add some stuns to her kit. About the only unit that really uses this is Bad Cat Armin, and nobody uses Bad Cat Armin, let's be real. Okay, so the niche tech artifacts, mostly this is going to be artifacts that are only good on 1 or 2 units, and those units don't really function without the artifact, like Renak. If you don't have Discreet Hands, your Renak is half the unit she should be. You really need this artifact if you want to build Renak. Putting her on anything else just makes her not as good. But if you don't have Renak, this unit is garbage. Nobody uses this really except for her. Dreamlike Holiday for your summer flans. There really is no replacement unless you're going to put like Bloodstone on your summon flan to try to make her a hybrid team healer and damage dealer. But if she's your principal damage dealer, you give up so much damage not having Dreamlike Holiday on your summer flan. So I'm putting it up here because I think it is her by far and away her best in slot. Here is one of the worst artifacts in the game. This is totally bottom of the tier unless you're running Summer Assaria or you're running Pirate Captain Flan, in which case this artifact is required to make those units into real units. Without this artifact, you can't even really play those 2 units. I'm not even exaggerating. They go from whatever tier they were in to the bottom of the bottom tier. This artifact is required for those units, but if you don't have or play those units, you don't need this artifact. So that's what I mean by this tier can be this in certain situations. You're building Summer Assaria, or it can be here in other situations. You don't have Summer Assaria or Pirate Flan. Fan of Light and Dark is, for some people, best in slot for Ahmed. I am a bigger fan of Senya's artifact on Ahmed, but some people swear by this, so I'm going to leave it here because it really doesn't have any use in the game other than going on Ahmed. I've seen some people try to run it on DN, but it really just, it's Ahmed's artifact. Same thing with this one. It is built for Landy. It is basically better guiding light for Landy because Landy starts with stealth. But it's only really used for Landy because this only gives you stealth after you take a turn. And after you take a turn, you're still visible before you take that turn. So if somebody kills your ass before you take a turn, this is just objectively worse than Guiding Light. But for Landy, it's better because you don't have to deal with the RNG of Guiding Light. So yeah, it's her signature artifact. It was made for Landy. So those of you who want to run Green Landy, get this. Those of you who don't have or don't want to run Green Landy, this isn't a good artifact. Magic Bubble Maker on Festive Eda. It's really good on Festive Eda. It's a good substitute if you run out of Abyssal Crowns for units like Bellion. Best in slot for either of those. Seductive Flower, if you're going to run Blooming Litica, you have to have this artifact. This is like her pushback centers around this. If you don't care about Blooming Litica, you don't care about Seductive Flower. It's a garbage artifact for everybody but Ludica. Same thing with Rangar Special Drink. It's a garbage artifact for everybody except for Seaside Bologna. Now, I'm sure there's going to be somebody out there like, oh no, Tristan, I run this on my Yuna. Uugo King, run this on Yuna. And Fairy Tale for a Nightmare for units that use this and want Pursuit Set, which is basically just Fairy Tale Tenebria herself and Archdemon Shadow and maybe ML Aria. That's about it, but it's a mage artifact. You're giving up book. It's hard to recommend this. It is just a niche situational artifact. Oh, and the last one here is Hostess of the Banquet. This is Gala Lilius' artifact. Ironically, not for Gala. This is really good on BBK. It's got some good damage on it. I'm going to leave it up there. Yeah, Harsetti. Did I say, who did I say with this? This is really good on Harsetti. Anyway, so this is your niche tech. And these are sort of from left to right. Like, these are really good. These are really freaking not good. But you know what? Niche is niche. Best in slot is best in slot. So this is your niche tech best in slot pick or tier. But now the good artifacts. These are just artifacts you want to have and probably want multiples of. And I think we all know that Sweet Miracle is the best damn artifact in the game, bar none. Now, it does mean you're pairing with Laia, so you better want your Laia if you're going for more Sweet Miracles. But this is a fantastic artifact, is usable in so many different units. Soul Consolation, if you've got a Soul Weaver that you need to have it cut and give effect resistance to, Soul Consolation is a powerhouse artifact, and it's one of those you probably want 4 or 5. Proof of Friendship, in my opinion, is Ahmed's best in slot. It gives you more CR push. You lose the damage, but you get more CR push. It just depends on who you're running Ahmed with and how you're tuning. You just got to tune your team around whichever artifact you want to use. Proof of Friendship is also really good on Senya, or as well as any Soul Weaver opener to give CR pushes to that front row team. This would be one of the best artifacts in the game if it wasn't predicated on a Soul Burn. Spotted Mouse Hair Tie is Frida's artifact, so you are picking up your Frida if you go for this. The way this works is you just get 10 souls at the start, and if somebody Soul Burns, there's a chance to get 10 more souls. So it's basically Tagahale's Ancient Book if somebody on the team is Soul Burning, which makes it a really good artifact to combine with Frida, because Frida CR pushes up when somebody ahead of her Soul Burns, and it makes sure she has the souls to do what she needs to do, or what the unit after her needs to do. And as much as I wanted to pull this down, Guiding Light is still up there. It used to be here, but I'm still moving it down to here. Guiding Light is still very important to artifact, but its importance has been reduced quite a bit with Wall of Order coming out for Landy, and also with most Rangers starting with stealth anymore. It's not as important to be stealth 24/7. There was a time when you wanted to have dozens of this artifact, and now I think 4 or 5 of them is plenty to deck it out. But starting your units out guaranteed in stealth and having a chance to stealth later is still very worthwhile. Unfortunate side effect is you do have to pick up a Cerise in your summon pool to get access to Guiding Light, so be aware of that. So there you go. My limited artifact tier list from left to right, top to bottom. Those are my recommendations. Well, sorry, from left to right. Second tier is predicated on you having the unit those artifacts are good on, or building the tech those artifacts are used into. Don't go and buy yourself a Star of the Deep Sea because it's the first one that I mentioned that you don't have, but you don't have Assyria or Pirate Flan. That would be dumb. There you go. Hey, Cerise is still useful in Light Expo, except she's not. There are other ways to beat Light Expo, and once you beat it once, you just sweep it. You don't need Cerise after you beat it once. You just sweep it. So yeah, none of the Expo units really are that important anymore. So there you go, guys. That's my limited artifact tier list. Once again, I will remind you, this is bait. This is bait. Oops. This is bait. This is all bait. This is all to get you to spend your bookmarks ahead of a limited Lunar New Year unit, which will probably be ML Biblis, or not ML, but will probably be Fire Biblis. But we'll have to see. I strongly encourage you to not dive into this until a couple of weeks, until close to the end of this banner, so you can see what's coming up next. So you can have a little bit of future sight on what's down the road. Buyer beware. And at very, very least, though, those of you who have extra powder, I do recommend that you go ahead, lock your 3 heroes in. Go ahead and lock in the 3 that you want, who have artifacts that you want. Let's say you want these 3 artifacts, because once you lock these in and you do one single summon, you click on this once, you do a single summon, because that's what locks it in and sets it as an actual banner. The game doesn't consider it an actual banner until you summon on it. So do a single 5 bookmark summon, and once you do that, all 3 of these artifacts will appear in the powder shop, just like any active banner does, and you can buy those artifacts with powder. So even if you decide you don't want to summon, you don't have the bookmarks, you want to save, you can at least go, hey, I'm going to go ahead and use my powder that you've been saving up, right? You've been saving up your powder. I've been telling you for months, this is coming. You've been saving up your powder, right? So that you can use your powder to buy another copy of Renewed Will, another copy of Holy Sacrifice, another copy of whatever artifact you need to get your game rolling. And that's it, guys. Let me know in the comments section who your picks are going to be, which units, which artifacts you're going for, or are you skipping this whole damn thing? Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll catch you in the next one. Take care, Epic 7. We didn't buy Aki's already. I pulled one, so I didn't need to buy it. I already pulled one. It doesn't get better. It's not a whale artifact. It's not like it has a chance to not work. And the ER is okay. The push is fine, or the barrier is fine. You just need to look at how powerful his artifact is and set your HP to attack ratio proportionately to make sure that he's got a big enough barrier to get 3 soul burns off. And as long as he does, you only need 1 of the artifact. Having more of the artifact just makes him a little easier to build, because you can not take that attack to barrier ratio down a notch. But my attacks and HP are good enough that my attack to HP ratio is strong enough that I don't need a bigger artifact. Plus, once his banner is gone in like 8 hours, I'll be able to wish list him. As a relatively new player, I feel like this banner might be worth it. I mean, I can use these summons on ML Assaria anyway. I can't use summon on... Yes, if you're a relatively new player, it's a way to get very important limited units that you need for your account. 60% of HP is attack. Hang on here. I had it written down. Where'd it go? It was something like attack times 0.98 and... or HP times, and then HP times 0.6, and and once you do that math, you want the attack number to still be greater than the HP number. Fuck, where did it go? I need to keep all my notes in one place, guys. Anyway. Done correctly, it's 4 soul burns. Yeah. That 4th soul burn's not guaranteed, but yeah. Anyway. Every account is different. True, Space Hill. True. Yep. I don't blame you. In one place, like a notepad, that's a good idea. That is a good take. Let me pull up my notepad, and we'll make a note about that as well. Don't go to that link, guys. I don't know how that got there. You use BDOM with them. That's it, guys. Anybody got any questions? Patch tonight, maintenance tonight, yes. Maintenance tonight with a podcast, guys. I'm going to wrap it up. I appreciate all you guys being here. I got to get ready for tonight's podcast. Got to work up some questions to talk. Who will be our creators tonight? Tonight, we'll, of course, have I'm_Sue in my second chair. We'll be visited by, get this, Luca and Gimmick, making their triumphant return to camera. It's going to be one hell of a podcast tonight, guys. Balance patch notes this week? No. Balance patch notes would not be until the 27th of February. Dude, we just had a balance patch go live like 2 weeks ago or 3 weeks ago. They're on a 9-week location or 9-week rotation. Yes, that is correct. That is correct, Cranked. Is Maid still worth headhunt? She's really good. Luca is streaming both E7 and CZN. Yeah, she's in both creator programs. Gimmick is only doing CZN, but he's been around long enough. Everybody knows him. Can't not have Gimmick on when we got Luca on, right? Getting the band back together. You like that 28 speed boot short? That was pretty brutal. Can I show you my Laya? Of course. Last chance, guys, and then we're going to go raid Mr. Biako. Here's my Laya. She's a little slow. I'd like 10 more speed on her, but other than the speed, I like everything about her. They'd be like, new without Mashu. I know, right? Can you say what's worth it from the Shadow Company? I mean, don't you just buy everything from it? These things are worth it. These things are kind of meh. Get this. Those are nice. And I love me some blue boxes. I'll get those. And can't not take artifact charms. And this is 88 gear, right? Yeah, that's just going to disappoint me. I don't like 88 gear. Get this. Get this. No. We'll get this. Oh, I think the raid went through. All right, guys. Yeah, just get everything you can from the shop, right? You got the currency, get everything except this garbage, so might as well just get everything you can. Nothing else worth getting. Buy out the shop. All right, guys. How long will maintenance be? Usually 5 or 6 hours. I'm going to go wrap it up. We've already raided into Baka, so Twitch isn't even here anymore. I will catch you guys tomorrow. Tonight on the podcast. Have a great one, everybody. I'll show you my Illinov. Okay, fine. Then I gotta go. DPS Illinov, less common, not the best Illinov, but usable in some situations. And better Illinov is tanky Illinov. If you can put a crit neck on her to get the crit, you can make her into a hybrid, and that's really nice. But if you can't get her above 30k health, just put her on an HP neck and go full bruiser. Best form. If you're going to put an HP neck on her, though, consider Arius. Bye, everybody. Have a good one.
What's up, boys? I don't know. This is looking a little bit more awkward now.